In this question, we're given a diagram which shows a graph of x squared plus y squared equals 30.25. We need to use our graph to find estimates for the solutions of the simultaneous equations x squared plus y squared equals 30.25 and y minus 2x is equal to 1. Now let's consider what this question is asking us. Now when we're asked to find the estimates for the solutions of the simultaneous equations, we're being asked to find the points at which the circle and the line intersect. And so in order to find the points at which the circle and the line intersect, we need to draw the line on our graph. Now as you can see, the line has the equation y minus 2x equals 1. But we're used to graphs in the format y equals mx plus c, and so let's rearrange the equation that we've been given. To make this equation in the format y equals mx plus c, we want to move the minus 2x over to the other side. And so moving the minus 2x, we'll end up with y equals 2x plus 1. Now we can see that this is in the format y equals mx plus c, where m is equal to 2 and c is equal to 1. Now m is the gradient. We know that the gradient is equal to the change in y divided by the change in x. And we also know that the gradient of our line is equal to 2. And so to write this in the form change in y over change in x, we can say that 2 is equal to 2 divided by 1. We have the change in y in the numerator and the change in x in the denominator. And so using the fact that our gradient is equal to 2 over 1, we can say that the change in y is equal to the numerator of 2, and the change in x is equal to the denominator of 1. And so these small triangles that we see over here is the Greek letter delta. And so in maths, delta generally means the change in. And so when we have delta y is equal to 2, it means the change in y is equal to 2. And when we have delta x equals 1, we're saying that the change in x is equal to 1. Well, now that we really understand what our gradient means, and we have a y-intercept of 1, we can begin to plot this line. Now we'll start by plotting our y-intercept of 1. Now we said that our gradient is equal to 2, which means that the change in y is equal to 2, and the change in x is equal to 1. And so our change in y of 2 means that our y-coordinates will go up by 2, and our change in x of 1 means that our x-coordinates will go to the right by 1. And so going 2 up and 1 to the right, our new coordinates will be at the points 1, 3. Now we can continue to apply this logic by doing the same thing again. So our next points will be at 2, 5, and so on. And so we've now plotted each point on the line, which you can see has a gradient of 2 and a y-intercept of 1. Let's join these points together. Well, now that we've drawn our line on the graph, to find the estimates for the solutions of the simultaneous equations, we need to find the coordinates at which the circle and the line intersect. You can see that they intersect up here, and again down here. And to find the coordinates of these 2 points, we can draw lines to the coordinate axes in order to make it easier to see. And now these blue lines will help us to find the coordinates of the 2 points of intersection. Now looking at the point of intersection at the top, you can see that the x-coordinate of the point of intersection would be equal to 2.1. And the y-coordinates of the point of intersection would be equal to 5.1. So our first solution of the simultaneous equations would be 2.1, 5.1. But now we need to find the coordinates of the point of intersection at the bottom. You can see that this point of intersection has an x-coordinate of minus 2.9. And it has a y-coordinate of minus 4.7. And so our final solution to these simultaneous equations would be minus 2.9 minus 4.7. And so you can see that we've used our graph in order to find estimates for the solution of the simultaneous equations, and we've found that the two solutions are equal to 2.1, 5.1, and minus 2.9 minus 4.7. Now this question is worth 3 marks. We get the first mark for correctly plotting the line y equals 2x plus 1. We get the second mark for finding the solution of the first point of intersection, which has the coordinates 2.1, 5.1. And we get the third mark for finding the second and final solution, which has coordinates minus 2.9, minus 4.7. Allowing us to get the full 3 marks needed in this question.